Hello, I'm standing in front of what we call the Palcata land because, as you can see, there are no Palcata trees on it. It used to be full of Palcata trees when we bought it, but we eventually cut them all down. I actually managed to find someone who would buy the stupid things. Don't plant Palcata. Anyway, we're gonna go in here, look at some plants, see what we've done. This gate's tough, and as an added convenience, ants love to hang on it, so when you open it, you get ants crawling on you. Okay. Oh man, what happened to this guy? These are our papayas. I don't know what happened to these back here. It's like it rained too much and these guys are suffering. These are some plants I planted, and those are, they call them Mickey Mouse taro, I guess. I don't know.
So where's the Donald Duck taro?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, these I grew from seed I swiped from the church. And we get papayas from these guys quite a lot, and they're delicious. I mean, we get them off the tree when they're dead ripe, so very yummy. This is a tree I planted. I don't remember what it is, but I actually paid money for that. Oh, this is a tragedy here. This is an old durian tree. It was here when we bought the place, and we were cutting the Palcata. The top of it got damaged. I don't know if you can see the top, but
there you go.
Anyway, we had a bad drought. It died.
That's unfortunate.
Durians apparently have shallow root systems, because around here, when you see a durian, it's in a low-lying area near a creek, which so that it can survive the droughts. We had really bad winds yesterday, so the coconut. So we had really bad winds yesterday, and coconut trees do what coconut trees do. They drop their fronds and bash everything. It really hurts if you get hit by one of these. Of course, if you get hit by a coconut, that's all she wrote. You're dead.
Yeah.
Crack your head right open.
I think a few years ago, a baby cow got killed from a coconut.
Yes. Coconut hit a cow and split its head open. Little calf. So of course, here in the Philippines, they say coconuts never fall. Yeah, they fall all the time.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's a soursop. I planted a bunch of seeds, and they're actually a bunch of different trees growing here. Over here is a durian. Oh, I didn't know we had these. These look like guava. And right there you can see we got some moringa or malunggay, whatever you want to call it. Those leaves are good when they're cooked. Okay, moving along. Oh, here's some moringa that were planted in the shade. At the same time those guys were planted. As you can see, they prefer to be in the light. Here's a weed! Oh, I'm doing a weed here. Oh, it's holding on, okay. Actually, the really bad weeds are the vines, because they'll wrap around a tree and strangle it. I think some of these are mahogany, I'm not sure. Here's some more moringa, malunggay, whatever you want to call it. Let me go up here and do some maintenance. Maintenance. Okay. Right on there, Dad. Good. Yes, indeed.
Right where they're planting stuff.
Yeah, well, somebody did that. Who did that, Thomas? Yeah, that was brilliant. Good work. Yes, indeed. See, I don't really like coconut trees.
Yeah, look at.
You know, we have a coconut business. How we mostly make money here, but the trees themselves are a mess. Okay, that thing, that was given to me by one of the neighbors as a cutting. And here I took some more cuttings of it. In fact, one's already flowering. It's a cool plant. I'm gonna plant them all over the place if I can. I don't know what these are. All right. It looks like, that looks to me like one of the basils, but not a good tasting one. Okay, see, here's proof. See this?
You're stepping on the. Dad, you're stepping on the.
I dork. This fell out of the tree, obviously.
Yeah.
This is heavy. If that
It's like a rock.
Yeah, if that fell on your head, that would really hurt. And when they're fully grown and really big, they're like a bowling ball. So it hits you in the head, you're dead.
Yeah.
Unless you can take a bowling ball to the head, which I don't think most of us can. Maybe Mike Tyson can.
No, I doubt it.
So we already saw that little durian, right?
I think so.
We stopped at him. Okay, here we go. They're used mangosteens, and these are actually alive. Usually, you know, you have to plant a lot of them because like 1 out of 3 will live. They're very grumpy. I don't like it here, croak. Okay, I don't know why this pineapple's still here, but they all used to be here. Now they're over there. Why that is, I don't know. That's something to ask Mom. You can see the mangosteen right here. And that one right there. Here's one, another one growing. And there's another one growing. These, I planted these seeds. I probably planted about 5 in each spot. So you can see that 1 out of 5 lived. And these may not even live. They may grow another couple 6 inches and then say, nah, we quit. Because they're mangosteens. That's what they do. Okay. Over here, I don't know what this is. It's either a mahogany or a lansones. This here, this I believe is a jackfruit. We originally had a jackfruit here that's had a lot of misfortune. The dogs ate it, and then it had aphids on it, so I put soap on it to kill the aphids and killed all the leaves. I don't know if this is the original one or they replaced it.
Probably replaced.
Probably replaced. But you can see all the pineapple now. They're spreading.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can see the pineapples there. And when we get one and we take it home and eat it, man, they are so good. Now I know why people get all excited about pineapple, because back in the United States, I thought pineapple, because you open a can of Dole pineapple and half the time they're kind of sour. Not here. Here they're like they're like infused with sugar. They're really good. I think this is a mahogany. Not sure. And we probably have to chop some of these other trees. Okay, oh, it's good in the shade.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a durian. Showing that durians do not like to dry out like it does here.
Oh,
so
oops.
it just said, I quit. Okay. Some of these, I don't know if these are lansones or mahogany. I don't know my trees around here. That's a durian that miraculously is still alive. But it'll probably get big, and then one day we'll have a really bad drought and it'll die. This is a durian. Somehow it's living. They really do better like in low-lying areas near a creek. We have a creek at the back boundary of the property, which is where I'd put them. Not here. This is going to dry out and eventually die. Ignore that guy, probably lands on me. Ah, here we go. I should have brought the hoe thing so I could chop the weeds around it. This is a meringue. I like meringues. The fruit, the tree itself can be a pain because it gets kind of big and where it grows, it shades underneath it intensely, so nothing's going to grow under it. You know, compared to say, like a coconut palm's the opposite. If you look at a coconut palm, the leaves are all just up top. So you can have a bunch of them and grow stuff underneath it, no problemo. Okay, gotta be careful where we walk here. Watch out for those little pricker things. That's a native guava. They're cool, I like them. The guavas are small, but they're pretty tasty. People around here don't give them the love they deserve, in my opinion. Yeah, I should have brought the hoe with me. This guy needs it. These are santals I planted that I grew from seed, which is probably not a good idea because not all santal fruit is any good. See these stupid vines growing on the tree? Jerks. Butthead vines. Yeah. So you pull the vines, get them off the tree because you don't want them on the tree. These guys will keep growing and growing and growing and eventually start to strangle it. Okay, see, look at that vine. Yuck. Okay, let's come here with the hoe and do a proper job of that. Is there more attached to it? Hope not. Okay, I think that's a santal too. That's a pretty sorry one. I don't know what his problem is. This one's doing fine. If we could keep the vines off it. I hate vines. Trying not to break the branch. Okay. This thing, these are weird. These guys, you stick them in the ground as sticks and they just root everywhere and grow.
Cool.
We just use them to mark where we plant stuff, and that's just a leftover. I don't know what those are called, but you'll see them a lot on the fence. People stick them to mark the fence and then they'll start to grow there. Like that's one there growing, I believe. Okay, this is a meringue I planted. And I planted it as a seed I grew. So I have no idea if the fruit's gonna be any good. But because it was transplanted and everything, when I transplanted it, there was nothing growing around here. This sucker is a Gymnolina, which is good for timber, so we're gonna leave it. But I didn't know it was there. If it were there, I would have planted the meringue over there. You know, if I knew it was there. They are too close together, but this guy will have to suffer being in the shade of this tree until we harvest this. Now it grows really quickly. And apparently Gymnolina you can sell for timber, just like mahogany. I don't think it's as valuable as mahogany. I don't know, maybe it is. But, we're growing it anyway, because it just grows here. This I think is mahogany. So,
favorite.
I think we got them. The bad thing is when you go to grab a vine and there's one of those stupid pricker plants there and you grab a bunch of prickers, because they hurt and they get in your skin and just start. Okay, here's a vine. I should say here was a vine. Bye. This is definitely mahogany, just based on where it was planted. We transplanted all these from seedlings that were growing kind of in the road over by the house, the Lois house.
What are you hitting that plant for?
It's a weed.
Oh, okay.
This is mahogany. You can see it had vines on it. Looks like someone else had chopped the vines in the past, so they're good and dead. I don't know what that is. It's probably a weed. This, what do they call it? Frangipani or Plumeria. It's a very ugly tree, but it has really nice flowers.
I'm gonna back away so it's easier to see
Yeah,
it.
this has too much spinach on it. Where's this coming from? Pisses me off. This should all be dead. Don't tell me that Philippines has vines can grow in the air. Look at this.
What?
This vine's growing, but there's... Is this it? I don't know where it's... I don't know what it's rooted to. There's another Gemelina right there. You can see they grow quickly and they're good for timber apparently. I've been told. I know we've sold mahogany before. There's a mahogany right there. And I think that's a Lanzones. I'm not sure. I can't tell the difference of these stupid trees.
One of them is a lot bigger.
Yeah. This is a mulberry. Supposedly lives in the tropics. We'll see. Man, I tried to grow a fig tree here, and it just over the course of like 3 years, it just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and finally died.
Nice.
Yeah, that looks like a mahogany, I guess. I don't know, mahogany or Lanzones. Like you said, that's definitely mahogany, based on what it is. This is another mahogany right here. What's cool is they can grow kind of in the shade for a bit, and we may have to cut that branch to this one here to get a nice straight, and cut one of these because you want to get a nice straight trunk so you can sell it for timber. I think that's a mahogany over there with stupid vines on it, so we're going to pay a visit to the vines and ruin their day.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice thing to butt head. Okay. This, I believe, is also mahogany. Here's the other mulberry. And we bought them. They were a little bit smaller when we got them, so they're surviving. They're growing. Hooray. Okay, so I don't know if this is part of the tree or fake thing. It probably needs cut anyway because it's looks like it's growing like a sucker. There it is. It's no good. That's no good. That stuff's no good. Okay.
So you're gonna get rid of it later?
Yeah, you need something to cut it with, like a machete or something. Here's a nice Gemelina. These things grow really fast. If the timber from these is good, then I keep growing them. If it turns out that they're as useless as Palcata, then they gotta go. I guess that's a mahogany, I don't know. Okay, here's an example of this fence post tree just growing from and we put it there. And little vine. Goodbye, vine. Have a bad day. That. I think I planted that from seed. Well, I mean, I put it in a pot and grew it and then planted it here. I have no idea what it is. Probably a soursop, because I don't like soursop. And there are lansones around here. Lansones are kind of also like durian. They don't like it when it dries out. They die back. Okay, this is a native guava. This looks like a mahogany, and we do not want this to grow. Bye. You prune timber trees differently than you prune fruit trees. Timber trees, you want them to go straight up. Fruit trees, you want to prune them so they're flat. They don't go way up, because you don't want all your fruit, 40 feet in the air. Okay, not too much to see here. More just either lansones or mahogany. I can't tell the difference. I guess, I don't know what that is. I don't know what they were. They're something that was planted in crate. Oh, another one. Looks like the ones that live were up there. Maybe they got in the ground quicker. I don't know. Okay. This looks like that fence post tree. You can see how you cut it way back and it sprouts again. These are bananas. The bananas here are small, but man, they're really good. Where's rambutans, whatever you say. Yeah, this one's getting chewed. Rambutan. Okay, here's one that's doing a little better. This is a good example of that fence post tree. At one point in time, there was a rambutan here, okay?
Okay.
It croaked. The fence post, you can see this is the post I put right here. The post I put in here to mark where it was is still here. And it's growing. See how this grows? All I did was stick this in the ground and sprouts and grows. Here's a rambutan that's doing pretty well, I think. Once they reach a certain size, then they can handle the bugs and the drought better. Just when they're small, they're very vulnerable. And there's another fence post tree that apparently I broke the tops off it, but it's sprouting again. Either I or someone else. And rambutan. And there's the other rambutan there. Should be 5 here, I think. I only see 4. Oh yeah, that one over there, if it lives. That one's probably gonna die. It's
somewhere over, oh, there you go.
Yeah, that one's a loser. Now, see how this is cut? Cut these suckers here to keep, this must be a mahogany. Now, it's important to know that when I say I don't do most of the work here. There's a guy that works here that does most of the work. And I basically putz around and pull a vine here and there, and that's it. Okay, that's rambutan. Now these rambutans, I grew them from seed, and someone else transplanted them over here. Let's get this butthead out of there. Die! Okay. Looks like durian's over here, so they won't be here long. Although they're still alive. That one is. And you can see that maybe they're still alive because the fence post tree is shading it so it doesn't burn up in the sun. Anyway, here's the tree that's planted to mark where it is. And it's doing well. Now durian's hanging on. I don't know if it'll live. It'll probably die soon. There was probably one back there that croaked. I don't like durian trees. I mean, I like the durian fruit, but I don't like having these trees with these nasty, huge spiked fruits hanging above my head.
I don't know what durian tastes like, but the smell is terrible.
It tastes pretty good. See, there was one here. Apparently, it's gone. There's one up here that just died. When you're working here and it starts to rain, you have to run all the way up the hill to the other one. Those and some more meringue. I'm not going to go there today.
Somewhere over there in that direction.
Yeah. I don't know what those are. They look to me to be either soursop or Addis. The sugar apple. Sugar apples are good. Soursop are gross. So that. Oh, more. Wow. Well, that's Addis. That's really good. If they're good. A lot of these guys I grew from seed. So, like all fruit, when you grow from seed, the taste is variable. And it's possible that the taste of these things will just be disgusting. It tastes just like a soursop. Okay. But yeah, that's what those look like. Addis. I wonder what was there. That looks like a marker tree, but I don't see anything there. That is either a lansones or a mangosteen. Mahogany. I don't know which. Or maybe neither. Maybe maybe it's a very weird growing Addis or something. I don't know. Man. What kind of tree are you, tree? Okay, these up this row, these are Addis. And here we have another shining example of, see how that thing's growing that's slanty? That was put there to mark where the tree was. And it sprouted and started growing. And eventually we got to cut that down. Woo! But these Addis are growing well. I hope they do well. I hope they fruit before I croak. Who knows?
Oh, jeez, I just stepped in a...
Yeah, surprise. Some of these trees may take 20 years before they bear fruit. By then, I'll be so old that even if they do have fruit, I'll be like, oh yeah, what's this? What do you do? Try to stick it up my nose or something. Like Joe Biden. I figure I have a good 10 years left of mental acuity before I become completely a doddering idiot. Although some people may say I already am a doddering idiot. I wonder what that is.
Where, this?
Yeah, it looks like they're saving that for some reason. Let's see, it might be a guava tree.
Or let the camera say, there you go.
They never turn any color other than green.
Oh, here we go, this is better.
Yeah, you have to let them get big, then kind of touch them when they get, this is like a rock.
Yeah.
But when they get a little bit soft, then you pick them. You don't want them to get too soft, or then they're starting to ferment. That's not very tasty to eat. Here's an Addis that's in a great position. Of course, it's croaking. Loser. Maybe because it's too hot here.
Maybe.
See how the slope of this, it's angled just so the sun just pounds it, versus those, it's sloped a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's just an example of how where you put a plant can help influence whether it lives or not. This guy is definitely getting pounded by the sun more than the other ones. Then again, that may have nothing to do with it. It may just be a dopey plant. But he's got new growth. So he's trying. Woo! Who knows? Maybe the aliens growing. Okay, up here we go. These bananas more. Yeah, I like our bananas a lot. Yeah, these look like guava. I'm not sure why the guavas are being pampered. Maybe these are ones Mama bought that are special or something. I don't know. Oh, there we go. What are those? See, I can't tell what anything is. That looks like a mahogany to me. Obviously, I don't think it is. Here we go. I know what this is. This guy right here is our biggest lansones. And if you look up top, you can see how it got damaged from the drought from a couple years ago. But I don't know if you can see, but it has a bunch of flowers. Well, its flowers are like little dippy, unimpressive things. But
Oh, let me get closer.
it looks like he's gonna have a lot of fruit. See? Oh yeah, those are all little fruits. See? These are all gonna be fruit.
Oh, there you
So
go.
this thing bears a ton of fruit. And we wait and wait until it's about right. And then some jackass comes and steals it all. That's what happened last year. So we're gonna try to prevent that this year. I don't know how.
Guard dogs, I don't know.
Put booby traps or something. Hey, moving right along. This is a mangosteen all by itself. Over here we have, I think that's sugar cane. This right here, I believe is sugar cane. And this looks like camote. Not the kind I like, but what the heck. Any camote is better than no camote. Oh, excellent. I don't know the real name for this. It's not water spinach, but this stuff is really good. I hope it grows. Yeah, it looks like they're...
There you go. This is the
here's
the red.
sugar cane. I'm surprised there's not any lemongrass over here. This looks like peppers. Okay. And there's a jerkhead vine thing. Yeah, die, bastard. Okay. So that's good. And that's the way seeds are here. You have to like plant 10 billion of them like that because they either all sprout or none of them sprout. I don't know what that is, but let's not mess it up. There's more sugar cane right here. Yes, sirree. Excellent. And where's the lemongrass? Thought we had lemongrass. Okay. Well. Oh, don't kill it. That's ginger. The culinary ginger, not the flowering ginger. Although it probably does get a flower. It's not a pretty one. All this malunga is great. Because it grows so much, I'm not sure what we're going to do with all of it. And I don't know where the heck the lemongrass is. Could have sworn we had lemongrass, but that's not.
All right. I guess that's the end of the video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.